welcome to part 5 of River City Girls. And unfortunately, while I was about to prepare the recording, I ended up getting jumped by a bunch of waivers. Now, waivers are these mascot-looking characters. I would just say they're lollies with bear helmets on, but they pack a punch. And they only show up, like, at the second to last stage of the game, which is Ocean Hill. That's where these characters normally appear. But since this is New Game Plus, they'll appear here. So you had best be careful, because they are really strong. Although they do give out money, they are excessively strong. And unfortunately, when it comes down to these things, getting bombarded by them is not the best thing. They throw projectiles that can actually catch you in midair, catch you from a far off distance, and pretty much have like 3 different areas where they can catch you. But whatever the case, you can actually befriend them. They're really, really powerful, and they also have 4 hearts. So bear that in mind. So let's get out of here before we leave, before we get into any more trouble. By the way, there's Kunio on the screen on the left, and the original sprite of Kunio, which was renamed Alex, in
right here.
The NES version of River City Ransom there.
Inventory
+1.
Now, in Cartmart, we could actually buy games.
Inventory
+1.
Now, these games,
That's a rare one.
they actually restore your health completely, and they add 1 to certain attributes. The one thing, if you have enough money, you want to get is the noise doll. And I basically, well, literally ate them. Yes, I ate the games. I don't know why, but I did. Oh, and what I just picked up is the boomerang. And there's an achievement for that. Now, let me just get up first. And I did not mean to exit out the stage. Come on. We're almost heading to the port where we need to go to the mayor's statue and just beat up the mayor's statue. But there are toys here like the cat pillow, the mech toy, the toy alarm, which by the way, they only give 1 to certain stats, but it's the noise figure that actually does the thing. If you saw in the right-hand corner, left-hand corner of the screen near my picture, if you bought a noise figurine and you eat it, it'll not only raise all of your stats actually, but maxes out your health. Although the stat racing is a one-time only thing, the 100% health is not. So you could buy those anytime you want if you have 500 coins, that is. $500, that is.
Hurry up and buy
and
something.
There's some more things you could get right here.
Got it.
The spike knuckles actually will help if you're relying on weapons. But this is the mayor's statue. The mayor has done nothing in this city, and Godai wants you to destroy it. And by the way, this is actually a homage to, if I'm not mistaken, Mortal Kombat and Art of Fighting. Because in Mortal Kombat, you are breaking a statue, which, by the way, is a part of the Test Your Might. And in Art of Fighting, you actually break statues to learn a new technique. So, I think it's in Art of Fighting 1 and 2, but it isn't in 3. Yeah, 3 is ridiculously hard. And, oh, I just realized there was a zombie here. So yeah, she's absolutely going to be tougher than the remainder of these characters. So, if you do befriend a zombie, so you'll end up having a powerful ally, but she's not going to have anything special compared to the other color palettes of the cheerleader. So I just ran into a zombie cheerleader. Eventually you'll run into more zombies, and you'll end up having to befriend one of them at least. That's provided they actually beg for mercy. Now now we need to beat up these crooked cops, and I need to also mention something else, that these crooked cops are actually a reference to Eddie E from Final Fight. I mean, it's the only possible reference you could actually make, because Eddie E was indeed a crooked cop. Hence that keyword was, until Cody became mayor in Street Fighter V. Then he gave Eddie E the boot. It's ironic because it was Eddie E that arrested him in the first place when Poison framed him for a robbery she committed. And how is Poison not in jail? That always bugged me. Well, that and how he was treated in Final Fight, and how Cody was treated in Final Fight Streetwise. That's the one thing that bugged me. But I'm going off on a tangent here. We're just actually trying to break the lock by beating up the rest of these cops here. And I accidentally threw one of them all the way off screen, so I can't get the money from them, and the money probably would have faded away by now. And I think we're almost done with this cop here. We just need to stomp him into the ground, and we're done. And we got 250 experience points for that. Now then, let's actually put on the love letter, which, by the way, is a increase to all damage done to girls. I mean, all damage on the boys, sorry. And I think there was a where was it? Oh yeah, there was supposedly a item that gave you increased damage to all, increased damage against all females, like 5% damage if you're fighting females. You're actually gonna need that, both the love letter and also that other item when you're fighting against certain bosses because of their gender. You'll actually get the upper hand on them. But right now, you need to make a running jump. This, by the way, is an homage to Double Dragon 2, because you have to make a running jump and not fall to the platform.
Hey, any of you ladies know a Hibari? They're not answering.
Now then, you had to come here, otherwise you wouldn't know how to actually get in touch with Hibari, let alone get into the room that you need to get into. So on that note, we'll have to beat up all the girls that are in the way. Looks like there's nothing but schoolgirls here. Now, here's the thing. The type of enemies that you face sometimes change. They're not always absolute. There's not always going to be females. It's not always going to be the school guys that constantly kick dust in your face. It's not going to be the whips girls. This area on the first game was surrounded by nothing but cheerleaders. It always is going to change up. And in New Game Plus, that's definitely going to happen because it'll always get somebody difficult. I think you'll end up either running into a whip lady like I am right now, or you'll end up running into a Terminator. Oh, by the way, Sabu statue right there. Time for me to leave. Because, yeah, there was a cop that showed up. And I would have had to fight him. Unfortunately, he'd been a tougher strand and I wouldn't have got any money. And now that we're out, we're going to have to actually... No, go back in, you idiot. Get out. You have to go out and talk to Hasebe and Mami. Excuse me. I got the hiccups. So, on that note... Oh, god damn it. Let's talk to them.
Alert. Oh, it's you guys again.
What's up, Hasebe?
Oh, you know, just hanging around.
Looking stylish as hell.
Do you two know this fashion lady?
Oh, you're serious?
I usually am.
Hibari is the fashion icon in River City.
She's making us custom outfits.
Well, where is she?
Yeah, we got questions.
Oh, let me guess. How do socks work?
What's a bra?
I know what a surprise!
You need an offering for Hibari to show up, Misako. Jeez, everyone knows that.
Except them, apparently.
An offering?
Some fancy.
Expensive.
And gold. Can it just be colored gold?
Come on, Kyoko. Let's go find an offering.
Alright, now we're gonna have to give an offering to Hibari in order for us to get to the boss fight. And according to Hasebe and Mami, we need something gold. First, let's beat up these schoolgirls, and then we'll actually have to backtrack the opposite direction, because that area that was taped up, we can now go to it. But first, let's see. I need to feast on that noise figurine, or yeah, that's right. I need to feast on the noise figurine, so that way I will be able to gain some life back, because I was getting the crap kicked out of me. But whatever the case, folks, I just want to mention something that needs to be important. The maximum level in this game is level 30. So that means all the food you get, instead of it being a repeated stat buff like in River City Ransom, you only get a one-time buff. And after that, whatever buffs you get is going to be from the level ups that you get. Like, by the time you get to level 30, you will be maxed out in stats, and by then, you will be able to play the game on hard. I mean, you could do that on a New Game Plus and hard, but it won't change the difference. It's just going to make the enemies a lot tougher to fight, that's all. But once again, we are going to be running into girls with whips. I don't know if there's another kind. They only have, like, I only see that particular one, the one that's pink, but I'm pretty sure there was one in red and one in blue, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll have to backtrack first, and instead we're going to go in the direction where that taped up door was, which is right here. This is where we need to go, and we're going to have to go down flights of stairs, beating up people, because it's an elevator section.
It's in the basement.
Can't we take the elevator?
Now then, I will give you a word of warning though.
I'm not used to walking this much.
While you're beating up people on a regular new game, it'll just be like easier enemies to take care of. If you're like at level 15 to 18, this would actually be an easier thing for you to deal with. It will get harder later down the line. Some random enemies that'll appear that shouldn't appear until later stages will sometime appear. Excuse me. But whatever the case, the elevator is going to be down until, that is, you actually get to the final floor. And that's where we're going to need to get the cat statue. So on that note, we've got one more enemy to beat up, and then we'll get the cat statue. But first, let's see, where's the power bomb? I was looking for that, by the way. I bought it, and I was wondering how to... Oh, it's an aerial counter. That's what that is. So, we'll go down to the next floor. And, once again, we'll end up having to beat up enemies here. You can't get to the bottom of the floor because the elevator is broken from the first floor. So by the time you get to the final floor and actually get what needs to be got, the elevator will be fixed. Which is kind of stupid, to be honest. I don't get beat 'em ups when they do that. But this is technically your elevator section in a beat 'em up. Like in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, when you're going to Gideon's palace and you're practically going through an elevator section. Something like this, except you're not throwing people off of a cliff.
How many floors have we gone down?
And I love how you're actually breaking... You're once again breaking the fourth wall by knocking people into the chains that is tied into the screen so you can't go any further. You're practically locked. I know there's going to be some people that's going to be upset about the lock screen, and I was about to do the stunner until I got kicked in the face. But anyway, I know there's going to be some people that will be upset with the lock screen, but this will prevent you from skipping fights, basically. And sometimes you will need the experience. We're down to the 3rd floor, we're at level 19, and we got some more attributes. And in case you're wondering, Misako will complain, no, not Misako, Kyoko will complain about going down multiple floors. Another thing I forgot to mention about the wrestlers too. I should have mentioned this back when they first started appearing, but the wrestlers, while they do look like King, I know I mentioned that. What I didn't mention is the names of some of the wrestlers. There are going to be some that are named Dwayne or Harleen or anything else. There are also basically references to some of the wrestlers. We all know Dwayne as a reference to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I mean, that is an obvious reference. And speaking of which, his father passed away, God rest his soul. But yeah, there was also a reference to him too, because there was actually a
always punching and kicking each other. Like,
masked fighter that was named Rocky as well. So there's that.
Nothing.
But there's also others that are named after certain wrestlers like Nikolai Volkov and something else. I forgot the other 2 references, but I'll look them up later. But right now, we're at the 6th floor. We only got 2 more floors left. We just need to win and get past these floors, and then afterwards we will be able to get the cat statue. Yes, German suplex. It's all fun and games until Brock Lesnar does them. Then it's monotonous. Alright, we're at the 7th floor, and like I said, we weren't able to actually get to the elevator because the elevator is broken. So on that note, we just gotta beat this whip lady, and that's it. I was trying to stomp on her, but okay, I guess that'll work. And now, we're down to the last floor. That last floor only had 1 enemy, which is kind of strange considering this is New Game Plus and it's supposed to be tougher. But I guess not. Oh, and by the way, if you throw a boomerang and catch it, that is an achievement. I already mentioned that. I'm about to show that off right now as soon as I stop getting kicked in the face. And I caught it. And the boomerang broke, unfortunately, but that's okay because I caught a boomerang. Now then, let's just beat up the rest of these guys here, and we'll be good to go. As a matter of fact, we only got, wait, oh crap, we still got more of these guys. Alright, let's just beat them up, and we could just go. Come on, come on, get up. I don't have all day. I'll just take this yo-yo and beat the crap out of you. And one more for the... Oh god, she's got that stupid whip again. Oh, he's almost dead. I still get experience points if he dies, so it's no big deal. So on that note, let's head to the bottom floor, and now all we need to do is talk to the owner at the pawn shop.
Welcome to my pawn shop.
Is that a talking skeleton?
Rude! You act like I'm not even here.
Sorry.
How do you talk without lips?
Unimportant! How can I help you? Might I interest you girls in a stuffed monkey?
Ew, no!
How about an unstuffed monkey?
We need something gold.
Well, I'm all out of golden monkeys.
What about that golden cat?
Oh, that? A treasure indeed, from lands far away.
How much, Boney?
$1 million!
You're joking.
I would never joke about such a precious item.
Can we get a discount?
Well, I can take $5 off, but just so you know, that's pretty much break even for me.
What about that cat? The other gold one.
Oh, that? $10.
It looks exactly like the $1 million one.
Yeah, but it's not real gold!
Sold!
Let me bag that up for you.
I honest to God love how Skullmageddon is actually the pawn shop owner. He was, by the way,